Hello and welcome back. We continue looking at some of the more interesting tests that we write using Selenium and NUnit in our own mini framework. So I picked another interesting test, discussion reply to me test. First, before we dive into the implementation of the test itself, a couple of words about the bug. So the bug was manifesting itself when a reply to me notification email in Russian community would arrive in as unreadable, garbled, with definitely bad encoding, and it would look like that. And the fix the issue actually was not obvious because, well, at first anyway, because the template itself in the emails-ru template, sorry, I was interrupted. I think it was saying that the template looked completely normal, but the issue was that the encoding in the resource file pointing to the template was incorrect. It was not UTF-8 as it should have been. Anyway, so this fix was straightforward enough, but to write a test for this, obviously an end-to-end test, you need to account for localization, contributions, and ideally read the actual email and make sure that it contains properly encoded text, or at least pieces of the template. So what we're doing here is we have input into the parameter is actually a name of the property in the configuration file. So you could use the same technique. So we're saying configuration property for community short name. It could be either that or this one for Russian. And if you go into configuration file, these are completely arbitrary. You can do what you want. So we decided to use that. But this points to Cafe Gourmet, and this points to our pre-popped Russian community. We're doing it through the configuration file because those could be different somewhere else. Say in the QA environment, the Russian community short name could be different. So we're kind of making it configuration based. So this is the first parameter, and the second parameter is that in the email that will be sent, the reply to me notification, we expect a certain string to be present, and if it is, then we consider the test a success. Let me run the test. It shouldn't take long, and then we'll dive into the code. This is one of the integration tests which actually requires our services to run, because the emails are sent, notification emails are sent by our mid-tier services layer. So what we did, we created a discussion, and then there was a root contribution and a reply to it from member, first in the English standard Cafe Gourmet community. And then we check the email. We're doing the same now in Russian, creating brand new discussion. Then facilitator creates a root contribution to it. Then member logs in, and member replies to the root contribution. Then we wait 5 seconds, and we check for the email in the pickup directory, and we check for the contents of the email. If it matches, it's a success. So it goes by relatively fast. This is how it works. So first we get the configuration property I was talking about. It gives us a community short name, and we assign it to the test session. So we override the default community name with the one we fetched from the configuration file. We log in as facilitator. We create a discussion. Note that this create discussion fag, there are 2 create discussion methods in the helper. One one works with TinyMCE, this version, another one doesn't. So this gives us the ID back. We go to the detail page and post a root contribution while we're still a FAQ. We remember the root post ID, log out as a FAQ, log in as a member, all in the same session, so we're using the same browser. Now as a member we go to the detail page and we use another helper method which says, hey, find me that root post ID and do a reply. Hold on. Sorry, I'm back. Max was claiming he found a monster on our couch. So here we are making a reply, at which point we'll send messages and we should send an email. This could take a little bit of time. So making sure that our service has time to process the notification and send the email. So we wait 5 seconds because nothing is happening in the UI to wait for. And then we're using our reusable email reader, which is aware of where to go and how to fetch the emails. And the interface to it is simple. We are asking it to give us all emails that were received after certain date time. And we do that because the reader goes to the pickup directory. Here's a developer version, developer location for the pickup directory, C space email. Usually there are a lot more emails. I just purged it. And we're saying, give me all the email files, all the emails after date and time X. So it will be a collection of those. But if your test is the only one running, it's probably going to be a collection of one. And the time we're giving it is date and time of us literally making a reply contribution. So we're remembering that time and we're saying, obviously the email must be sent after that. So we're using that as a cutoff for the filter. It gives us a collection of standard.NET mail messages, and we then go for that and first count them and make sure that there is more than 0. And then we're analyzing their subjects and making sure that at least one email in those that we see contains the expected string in the subject, and that is the input. So the test cases or the permutations for it, basic variation of English template and a subset of subject from the Russian template, and that was the actual a part of the bug or change we made. And the assertion does that. So this is another handy kind of framework infrastructure trick know-how you could use to test email-based features. And to show you how those emails look like, so here is a properly encoded reply to me email in Russian, and that is the substring we're testing for in the subject. And this must be probably going to be English-based. Right, so that's the equivalent, and we'll also test for that. Okay, this is it for now. See you later.